What's going on, people? Welcome to the Offside Chat podcast on YouTube. It's your boy Nabur. I'm joined in the studio by the usual cast, the one and only Naeem. What's going on, brother? How are you?
I'm well, Well, a lot of chat to chat about this weekend, isn't it? Looking dropping up, yeah.
Yeah, Naeem's rubbing his hands, boy. The only time I've seen Naeem rub his hands is payday, man. Do you know what I mean? So, or when he's buying some cigarettes from the shop, man. You know what I mean? That's the only time I've seen him excited. So he's happy. Right. Edward, what's going on, brother?
I'm good, bro. Happy. You know what I mean? We won yesterday. So
Yeah.
it was always a good way to start a week with an Arsenal win, man. You know what I mean? So
no, of course, brother. I see you rocking new labels and stuff like that. We'll obviously add it to we'll tag it to.
Don't do that. This is old Nike running. Don't do that. This guy's in Supreme, and you're talking about Nike. Allow it, man. Allow it.
You know, it's so interesting. Nike, if you're watching, you know he's plugging. He's been doing this week after week.
What is this Supreme 2 weeks in a row for you?
No, it's Primark. You see, put your glasses on there.
It's Primark. Okay, Primani.
Yeah. And we have got, listen, this guy now, obviously good friend of Ed. Very spicy in the comments, but it's good to put a face to these comments. Lifelong Manchester United supporter. Theo, what's going on, brother? Welcome for your first Offside Chat, man. What are you saying, bro? You all right?
I'm not bad. I would have been better if you asked me at 11 o'clock on Saturday morning.
Now, I feel you, man. We will be getting to that. Don't worry, Theo. We will be there. We will
be there. We will be there.
Let us start. Now, let's start at... There's a few hate watches, and I've got to say that Arsenal 4:30, Newcastle versus Arsenal. I don't know if you guys got the same theme as well. Every time I'm chatting all my other football lovers over the Saturday results, it's always like, oh, don't worry, though, because you got Newcastle away. I was like, bro, why we talk about Newcastle away? Let's talk about United. Let's talk about Chelsea. Let's talk about Spurs. But everybody was wanting to watch this game. Theo, is the game what you gave you? Is this what you waited for?
It was lovely up until 60 minutes. Around 60 minutes. It was not how I expected it to go, to be honest. But in all honesty, I feel like when it comes to the end of the game, you're seeing that you lot were... Obviously, you were the better team in the game, but when you're coming towards the end and you man actually turned it around after those subs, I was shocked and annoyed. And I was actually thinking, these man actually, this season, these kind of tests, that I was thinking, well, if you could actually overcome this, you really might actually be onto something this season. Because I think Newcastle is obviously a bogey team. And they've always got something for you. So when I seen you, man, actually come out turn that around, as soon as I saw you score that first goal, I just had a bad feeling. Man, actually going to go on and win this. And lo and behold, you did it. And of course, it's the player that probably shouldn't have even still been on the pitch that scored that goal. And I don't even think it's that controversial to say it, because every single time I saw that replay, I was like, how is this person?
To be fair, that's the only thing I missed, though, Theo. That's the only thing I missed. So after the show, I'll take a look and see what you're saying, man. But for the next hour or so, I can't really use that as evidence. But I will. I believe you. I'm going to check it and I'll discuss it. Did you, man, see it? What's he talking about?
You know what? Yeah, coming together. I hear what he's saying. You know what? That's nasty. Because how many times, do Newcastle employ a fug ball? All they know is to smash you in with the elbow, clothesline. They get away with it. But now you want to be saying that Gabriel should have been off the pitch? Nah, man.
But to be fair, Bruno Gomes, it was a couple of seasons on Jorginho that he gave him the people's elbow, nothing given. Obviously, Joe Linton yesterday diving into Saka. I don't know if Joe Linton's girl has the comment has slipped that she finds Saka attractive or cute. I don't know what she said, because this guy was on him from the... I thought that was a yellow card in the first minute. Then he tried to take out his groin, honestly. And even, they do use thug tactics. But I've got to say, look, man, I'm actually very happy with this. Like, I'm not going to lie, I'm very happy with this, because just a few things. One, we could have been facing 8 points. Honestly, we could be sitting here Monday morning, 8 points behind Liverpool, because it was like, if Liverpool beat Palace and you guys lose, 8 points is nasty. Me and Ed had a conversation early in the week. We just said, look, if it's 8 points, it's done. And I know everyone says, oh, here we go. Ed and the Burr, being Mr. Negative, do you know what I mean? But honestly, 8 points is too much to claw, because even when Liverpool haven't started the season great, they're picking up points. So once Palace won, we'll discuss that a little bit later. I thought Arsenal, honestly, this is the time to answer the call. It was a thug game at Newcastle, but to be fair, it's probably been one of our most comfortable performances. I don't think they really offered much, bar the goal, which I was actually, to be fair, looking at the goal that we conceded, I've got to look, even though he turned into the hero, I do have to look at Gabriel, why he went down. I was just thinking, this happened 2 seasons ago, and you went down and we didn't get it. That was nasty stuff, Ed. Like, I'm like, Gabriel, in the middle of the park, I get it, but bro, come on, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I don't want to see that ever again, man. Like, it just like you didn't even touch him. Like, it was barely a push, and you're going on like that. Like, come on, man. I respect dark arts. I expect trying to, get the foul and all them kind of things, but nah, man. And then you let that happen, and then we concede.
But now let's move on to Mosquera, who we've all been raving about. He's come in, 13 mil. He's looked good. The distribution looked very shaky in that first half, and again he had time to play back to Raya. Distribution. Do you think it was a bit harsh, Arteta taking him off at halftime? Certain members of the team are quick to question Arteta that he keeps players on the pitch, but he was very decisive. He took him off and brought on arguably the world's best defender. But look, that's another convo. But do you think it was harsh to take off Mosquera so quick?
Not necessarily. I think if you've got a squad that you can do it, and I think that's what Arteta has, is a much better squad, and I think that's one thing that showed off at the end of the game, the players that Arsenal could have had on the pitch. I don't think he was that bad distribution-wise. He didn't have his best of games. I thought. I think we've been a bit sport. He's every game he's played so far, he's been impressive, right? Mm-hmm. So I give him a bit of credit. It's his first time, St James's Park. Difficult game. I mean, I thought the centre forward for Newcastle played pretty well. I was impressed with him. I've never seen much of him. I thought he played pretty well, considering. I mean, it's his first few games in the league. I haven't heard much of him. He's still a young striker, but I thought you had to make the change, isn't it? I think psychologically as well. I think Newcastle seeing Saliba come off the bench, does give you a bit of a shock. I thought he was all right, but I thought you've got Saliba. Even if you can play 45 minutes, you bring him on, and it made a big difference. Overall, I did think it was Arsenal's most polished performance of the season by a long way.
63% possession.
Yeah, and I think it was but it wasn't turgid, was it? Well, I've been the whole season. It's been pretty dull to watch. I thought first half specifically, Arsenal played pretty well. And it was one of those games where you've seen this movie before, isn't it? Play well, Newcastle do something. I thought it was a penalty, and we'll discuss that.
I mean, we're going to go. I think Theo is probably the most fairest person.
Yeah, and I'd love to get Theo's with it, but I thought it was a stonewall penalty. I was absolutely shocked that it didn't go for it.
Theo, your thoughts?
Goalkeeper union over here, man. That's no penalty. It's not. And I was listening, and obviously by letter of the law, if you was watching Match Day yesterday and heard Joe Hart, like obviously the breakdown of it, technically because his leg's not moving towards him, his foot was planted, he's already touched the ball as well. So by definition, it's not a penalty, innit? And then obviously the comparison to Sanchez, obviously against us. The difference is obviously Sanchez was flying towards him and took him out. And I suppose that's where the difference is. He's not moved forward, he's planted his foot. Technically, he's saved it from the ball touching his foot. At that point, Jokeris has gone into him. It's just a clash of bodies. So I thought, I personally, and as a goalkeeper, you're putting your body in a way. Although you're putting your body in a way to get the ball regardless. So it's just the hazard of the game. You're gonna go into players but as long as you touch the ball first, you're always gonna say that. All right, cool. Well, I've got the ball. It's like how many times Raya punched the ball and cleaned man out, but he's touched the ball first. So
the thing is that, and I hear that, and obviously I was just waiting for people to come with this, but there was an incident last season where Saliba away at Brighton actually won the header, cleared the ball, but then his head just happened to hit João Pedro after he's cleared the ball, clash of heads, and I was given a penalty. So all of anyway you chop it up, I hear what you're saying, Theo, but it just doesn't happen though, does it? Like it just, if you touch the attacker, it's a penalty. I've never seen that overturned. I've just never seen. But fair play to, I mean, we will talk about Jared and Gillett in a second. But Ed, when they went to VAR, what were your thoughts? Because for me, I could just imagine VAR like 15 minutes in. They could have arguably the last man as well. What were your thoughts? Were you confident about that penalty?
No, I knew. As soon as it went to VAR, I knew it was going to get overturned. You just know, because what happens is with VAR now, as soon as the ref makes a decision, if it goes to VAR, obviously it's 50-50, but you just know, like, if it's too quick with the decision making from the ref and it goes to VAR, yeah, if they deliberate, it's usually going to go the other way, man. And I knew as soon as it went to VAR and they deliberated, it was going to get overturned, man. And forget the fact that
why though, Ed? If it's supposed to be, if it's a clear and obvious.
I know, but with VAR,
with
VAR, how many times has it been clear and obvious and they don't get it right? And it's just a mess at this point, man. There's no consistency, too much, different decisions and different reasonings all the time. There's no clear rule of thought. There's no clear anything. It's always this referee has one way of viewing it, and the VAR backs him up on that day. Another day, it's a different referee seeing a different thing. There's no consistency, and that's my issue with the refereeing. It's that I don't think it's a wider conspiracy against any one team. I just think the standard of refereeing in this country is poor, and at any given day, any different team, they're gonna get stung, man. I just think it's poor, and they're more concerned about protecting the referees than they are than improving the standard of refereeing in this country, man.
Nah, facts. Yeah. What I would know, yes, no, facts. I'm with you. What I would say though is that look, week after week, I do believe that Mikel Arteta is the most scrutinized manager in English football. I really do. Look, he's the most disliked, even by our own fan base. But one thing, you have to be fair. Look, I'm one to criticize people, but you also have to give them praise. And today, people complained about Arteta in the past, taking too long to make substitutions. Mascara was looking a bit scary. He took him off. Playing 3 CDMs is negative football. He started with Eze in the 10 as well with Rice. That happened. Second half again, he didn't just wait for things to happen. He's brought a Marino to get the equalizer. And then look, he gets the win. And it's very hard to do that. And that's a week of probably being told that the handbrake must have been used in how many interviews. Mm-hmm. Are you actually going to give him credit this week, Naeem, and actually say, do you know what? Sometimes you can be negative, but sometimes you can say, nah, manager did well today.
No, I'm
going to give him a couple of seconds to compose that. It's going to take a while.
Can I go first?
Go, please.
Thank God this is filmed. Thank God this is filmed.
I'm a fair man. I'm a fair man, yeah. So I will give Arteta his credit, man. He was brave. And it's not even being brave, it's just playing the players that you've got at your disposal in their right positions and not being scared to take the game to the opposition. Yeah. We are a very good team. We are on the cusp of doing something. Everyone can see it. It's only up to us and Arteta to take the next step. We have a very, very good squad. And now we've got enough players now. We've got a deep squad as well. So this going into big games and playing certain players to play for a draw, in my opinion, I don't think it suits the team. We have arguably the best central defensive pairing in the league, maybe in Europe. We have excellent fullbacks. We have Declan Rice, who's an excellent 6, and he was immense yesterday, by the way. He was absolutely immense.
He grew into the game, innit? Yeah.
Yeah, he grew into the game, but every blade of glass. His second half, listen, it's up there. That's what you bought him for. That defensive stop on Jacob Murphy, that's Rice to a T. Like, trust those players, man. You don't have to play Marino, Rice, and Zubimendi. I understand it sometimes away from home, but you've got 1 point from 2 tough games against opposition that you have to give them respect, Liverpool and City. But they were there for the taking. And I agree. They were there for the taking, especially City at home. So him playing Eze at the 10, and you saw the difference. You saw central combinations, you saw passing through the midfield, you saw quick speed of full passes, and it just destabilized a mid-block from Newcastle. And we punched them up, man. I know the scoreline didn't quite reflect that, but we punched them up. They couldn't live with us. That's why they had to foul us and play fug ball. But if you play Newcastle with actual ballers and technicians, they can't live with you. You saw what happened when Barcelona came and smacked them up. They can't live with that. That's why they have to punch you up and foul you and make it into a nasty scrap physical game. But we can match them physically and we can play them off the park. And we proceeded to do that, man. So I'm happy with Arteta. Like, more of that. Just be brave, bro. Stop being scared in these big games or being cautious. Go and for a cautious.
Yeah.
We'll be there.
I think no. Listen, I think you're right, Ed. It's actually quite refreshing to hear this. As I said, thank God it's recorded, so we'll play it back from time to time.
Man, I keep telling you guys, man, I'm a fair guy. But next week, if we shag, I'll be there. It's your fault, man. I'll be there.
You're like Ebenezer Scrooge. You just want them coins, and them coins are points, innit? If you don't get them points, if you pay Eddie's rent every day, cool. We'll go to the next shop and collect. Christmas Eve. It don't matter what Eve it is. You just want them 3 points.
100%,
That's cool.
man.
That's cool. No. Arteta deserves his praise there as well. Theo, what did you learn? Obviously, being I was about to say being a neutral, but you wasn't.
He's not neutral. I know my boy. Nasty, man.
There's nothing but hate in my heart, man.
Yeah. Listen, man, the feeling's mutual. We know how it is. United and Arsenal, especially London United and Arsenal. It's even more spicier. But what did you learn from yesterday? Because you went in there for the hate watch. What have you learned?
I saw an actual fight from Arteta and the team as well that I really wasn't. I wasn't expecting it, but I was just hoping not to see it. I just thought, you know what, Newcastle, and again, it always felt like last season when Liverpool would mess up, that pressure would get to you lot, and that was one of the biggest things that coming into Sunday. I thought, I just know these men are going to crumble again, and that's just what I was hoping for. Whether that's a draw, whether that's a loss, didn't care how it come. I just thought, you know what, every time that these have got an opportunity to seize on the team at the top, they just never take it. And seeing you lot actually do that was actually just, it was a bit of a reality check that, all right, cool, these men are starting to actually develop something properly and actually really looking like they're going to be about it this season. And obviously, your first couple of games against the big teams, but we'll include United as well. But
listen, Theo, that's a tough game, man.
At
the beginning of the season, look, especially being the first game of the season at home. Yeah, you spent a good amount of money. So obviously, the first game of the season, expectations are high in it. Everyone's in a good mood. That's why I didn't really want that fixture. I thought, this is a horrible fixture to have. And you actually play better than us. Let's just be real.
And probably our best game all season as well. That's the worst thing.
Yeah, no, it was.
But obviously, seeing how you were in those kind of big games as well, and it did feel like those games you weren't really going for it when you really could have just taken them to the sword. Especially Liverpool. That one is probably the biggest one. I thought they are there for the taking. They just look shambolic at the moment, just because of they just conceding goals. And you don't have a solid defense, you should just be able to actually tear them apart like any other team. And you should be able to actually keep them out because, again, like Ted said, you've probably got one of the best defensive pairings in Europe at the moment. So when I was seeing those ones, I was thinking, you know what, depending on obviously what he does, if he's going to take it to Newcastle or not, we don't know. But seeing him actually put the players out there that are really going to try and aim to get the result and not a draw or something. I was unpleasantly surprised, and it's concerned me now because I really think that looking at Liverpool falling
these are the words I want to hear.
I quite like now I'm seeing Liverpool, as I said to me, that luck is going to run out. You're not going to keep being able to kind of win these games in the last minute, and now we're seeing the other side of it where now they're losing the games in the last minute. If you lot really start doing this consistently now, capitalizing, and you tend to put the smaller teams to bed as well, it's gonna be dangerous for us London United fans and everybody else and everybody else, because you lot are really gonna have you've got the squad there now. You didn't have the squad last season, and I feel like you've got the squad there to actually compete on all fronts quite comfortably as well.
Yeah, no, I feel you. We're gonna obviously go around and look at player stats or who you kind of rated on that day. I think I was happy. Obviously, Mascara, look, very happy with him. He's coming. He had a great game against Liverpool away from home. I just thought the distribution, when you know your team and you did the after sport, first 20 minutes, I thought, you're panicking with basic things. There's no need to be nervous. So obviously he came off. I was kind of happy with everyone else, bar my little guy, man. my little Zelda from Nintendo character, man. The little Trossard. You see, with Leander Trossard, he's a very frustrating little man because what frustrates me is when he comes off the bench, he's always sulking that I should start. Oh, Mikel, start me. Mikel, like he scored away a couple of seasons ago at Villa. He was trying to do that mean mugging face, like, you know, basically he's kind of like, why not me? Why am I picked? And every time he gets trust to start, honestly, for me, he was the most frustrating player in yesterday, especially the first half. You're through on goal. You're right-footed. Caress the ball into the bottom corner. Like, why are you trying to now rifle it near post, off the post again? These are the moments. If we went 1-0 then, I think we would have comfortably won that game. But bar him, I thought everybody was a warrior yesterday. Like, honestly, everyone was a warrior. We are going to talk about Gabriel. I thought he was good. I actually thought, look, my boy Victor Gyökeres, I thought he looked better yesterday. Yeah, he slipped. That chance was a bit peak. But I thought his link-up play was better. He's looking like he's losing a few more pounds. He got bullied yesterday, you know. He got beat up yesterday. That was a baptism of fire. If this was the first game, I think he'll be injured for the next game. But I think his body's getting used to it. But I thought it was the link-up play, because we keep saying, oh, we miss Havertz. But I thought he was linking up well with Saka, coming deep, causing problems. I thought he looked much better. The slip, if he probably would have got a goal, it would have been better. So shout out to him as well. As I said, even having Saka back now, look, I know Madueke, man. We're going to go to Ed next, but I know Madueke, look, he's come in. He's done well. But Ed, you called it from the first game. Like, everybody relax. Like, don't talk about Saka replacement or this guy. Bro, it's so good to have him back, man. Like, honestly, just makes the difference there. Eza as well. I think that was a baptism of fire for him as well. He's unlucky because Pope was on smoke in the first half, to be fair.
About 2.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, man, overall, a real warrior performance. Yeah, Declan Rice, I mean, with the assist, second half, he just stepped it up. Yeah, really, really good performance. Ed, standout performers.
There wasn't many. I'd probably say Deckers, man. I'd probably say he probably had the best game of everybody in the Arsenal squad. Eze was bright. Gyökeres, I'm not so sure. Yesterday, I saw a lot of people saying he was all right. And in the first half, he looked all right. In the second half, yeah, I wasn't impressed, man. He was making a lot of mistakes. The ball wasn't sticking to him. In the first half, he looked decent. And I know a lot of people that are not on his case, I mean, not for him, they're going to be happy that I said that he wasn't, the best yesterday. My boy Jimmy, who's been on him for, since we signed him, cannot stand him, man. He just thinks he's rubbish. And I don't think that's fair, right? But yesterday, especially in the second half, I didn't think he was at his best. In the first half, he looked brighter, looked sharper. I'm still in the Gyökeres camp. I just think, if you continue playing to his strengths, he's going to score in this league, man. And I think, you know what? If he had got the penalty and he'd taken it,
bro,
he looks like a confidence player. He looks like he needs a goal to get him going, man. And I think if he got that, you see his pass will be cleaner, the link-up play will be better.
I think they should have. Listen, for me, it's a stonewall penalty.
Yeah.
If he would have, look, he played for it. Do you know what I mean? He's very cunning from his as a centre forward. He got the penalty as well, because he could have tried to go around him. He thought, let me get the penalty. If he had scored that, boom, you would have been like, look, this is what you're here for, innit? Sniffing out them chances.
Trust me. And you know what's funny?
Yeah, go on. No, go on, bro.
I was going to say, that chance, or the penalty shout, a couple of weeks ago, it doesn't get to that. It doesn't even get to the ball to even get to try and round the keeper. So he was a lot sharper in the first half yesterday. Second half, he tailed off and, started looking a bit sloppy. Wasn't connecting. It wasn't linking up with the rest of the team. And that chance when he slipped on his backside, pause. He just, what are you doing, man? He just, he looked a bit of a mess. So I wasn't happy with him.
He needed that. He needed, yeah. Listen, man, I think, as I said, it's a tough place to go. He's on. I reckon it was so physical yesterday. I can't remember the last time an Arsenal striker got
punched up in it.
Oh yeah. He really got punched up yesterday.
He battled well, though. To be fair, it wasn't like he was getting blammed, but he definitely got roughed up. But he managed to suffer well, as Dr. Mac would say, suffer well.
Yeah. Naeem, your standing out performers, man.
I think you covered most of them. I think the one player, my neighbour names him Pastor Timber. I thought Timber was very good yesterday.
He's unreal.
No, I didn't notice any mistakes consistently when he just chiefed off Gordon plenty of times. I don't, you know my views on Anthony Gordon. So no, I thought he was good going forward as well. I think especially when he has Saka in front of him, I think he looks a slightly different player. I thought he was Arsenal's best player overall the whole game. I thought
quite a few people echoed that. To be fair,
yeah, he was very good. The other one I'll give a shout out to because he's kept himself fit. And he's kept is Calafiori. I thought he's done pretty well left back. Quietly as well. We haven't talked about him that much, but he's been made of glass generally, isn't he? Normally goes to play for Italy, comes back injured, misses 6 weeks, comes back, gets injured. But he hasn't, he's playing consistently, and you can see why, he's something slightly different.
He's keeping a certain member quiet here in the team.
So credit to I said Arsenal's overall best performance, Dave, of the season so far, but they need to keep
your model,
they need to keep up though. They need to keep up. Next, there's no point being rubbish against Olympiacos, and then was it West Ham? You've got to keep the standards up.
I think he's been arguably one of the best players this season. Ed, man, before we move on, Calafiori, there's a lot of whining. We should have been spending the money here. We didn't really need him, but he's arguably our best player this season.
100%, man. He's much improved. You did say this, though, Nobs. Unfair, like I said. You did say once he sorts out his injury problems. Now, obviously, we don't want him to get injured. So, touch, whatever. You know what I mean?
Maybe the fact that you're giving him his support, your support now, all of a sudden he's broke.
I was like, he pulled up lame or something. Yeah, I hear it. No, but his quality was never in question. I just thought we signed Tomiyasu from Bologna, and we had to let him go. And he was just injury prone. We signed another guy from Bologna in Calafiori, and he just last season was, play a couple games, and he's injured, calf, this, knee, that, ankle, this. You know what I mean? So just a situation where I'm thinking, I hope we haven't signed another injury-prone player from Bologna. But this season, no complaints, man. He's kept MLS out, and it's harsh on MLS because, again, he didn't do anything to get dropped. It's just Calafiori's been, playing proper football. So, fair play to him, man.
Yeah. Theo, I mean, it's so early. We know it's so early, but I think obviously you watching the Prem for so many years, you can attest to the fact that we're seeing that the champions in the last 5 to 7 years, man, they kind of set the pace and they're about. Are Arsenal back in this title race? Who do you think this title race is?
I didn't think he was out of the title race, to be honest. No, I didn't think he was out of it already.
Yeah,
come on, as you said, we've only just started. Like we've still got another international break to go. So we're too early in the season to think that anybody's in or out of it. I mean, obviously Liverpool being the current holders are the ones that are going to be the pace setters. But I think it's just going to be between you, City, and Liverpool, to be honest. But I think. I never ever thought that you were out of it just because of the first couple of few big games that you've had. You've not necessarily seized the opportunity.
Yeah, no, that's cool, bro. Right, well, we're gonna move on because I think we need to put some respect on Glasner's name, man. The Crystal Palace manager, went out and won the Europa League with Frankfurt, right? Now gone on to move to Crystal Palace, winning the FA Cup, winning the Charity Shield, beating Liverpool, putting them to their first defeat of the season. And now Crystal Palace, which is mad, I know it's very early, sit third in the Premier League. Well, let's start with the South Londoner or the Crystal Palace fan when Arsenal aren't playing or are not in any cup finals. At least with Ed, he doesn't really try to beg Palace. Like that's the one thing I'll give to he's South London.
He don't beg nothing. He's just miserable.
No, fair play. He just talks about village.
South African
players now are something else. Stuff. Yeah,
listen,
now
because I got a ticket to the final. I know. I'm sorry, mate. What can I do?
Honestly,
it was work related, isn't it? As I told you. I mean, I've. He came to me over a reason. I've been a fan of Glasner since he's come into Palace. I think what he's done, lost two of his best players back-to-back seasons. I mean, Eze now and then Elise the year before. Don't we forget last season?
That's true. I forgot about that. Yeah.
And you see what Elise is doing at Bayern Munich at the moment. So I think he signed very well in Sarr. Sarr's come in and had done a really, really good job for them. I mean, I think Glasner's obviously a really, really good man management as well as a tactical coach. I think that goes hand in hand. He's got everyone playing for each other. You look at players like Mateta, who until Glasner came in, you didn't see him deliver these sort of numbers. It'd be interesting to see what his numbers were pre Glasner and after, or since Glasner's arrived. But I think they play some good football. They got some very good players. That Walton is going to go somewhere. I'm a big fan of him. I think he could play for any team in the league. I think he's that good. And I know United were looking at midfield players of that he's a perfect player for them to go if they want to play that 3-4-3. I've got nothing negative. I think they've played 18 games undefeated now in the league. And the league don't lie. I know it's only 6 games in, but you get what you deserve. The only issue with them is that they've obviously got Europe and a very, very small squad. They haven't really bought many players in. I think they bought a few youngsters in from Spain. So we'll see what this Pinto does. But so far, keep everyone fit. What stops them getting a top 8 position place? It's all about keeping everyone fit, I think, for Palace. But you've got to give credit to Glasgow in terms of his technical setups as well. I mean, they should have been falling up against Liverpool. Let's be fair. That's why Alisson's the best keeper in the world for me. He proved in that first half in Selhurst Park. So yeah, you know me. I'm a fan of Glasgow. I think he'll unfortunately go to another club very soon. I've got a bad feeling he's going to end up somewhere up the M6.
Yeah, no, I'm with you, Edward. Listen, man.
Yeah,
we've had Sean Connery. We've had Lazenby. We've had Roger Moore. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? We've had, who else have we had? We've had Idris Elba linked with the role. Naeem has been linked with the role.
I was for 3 minutes.
Dalton.
We have Piers. Then we have Daniel Craig now.
Daniel Craig.
Then who else have you got?
But there's a few man. I mean, we will be speaking to Theo because obviously it looks like Mateus Cunha is now being the latest to be up for the role of 007. But I think we need to go with the man who was a British record transfer. A man that many Liverpool supporters never watched, but said that they did watch.
1,000,000%. They don't watch.
Said this was the German talent, saying that he's better than Musiala. He's probably going to be one of the greatest number 10s in world football. And listen, that may well happen. But when you're signed for that sort of money and you go over the £100 million, transfer fee, it's different standards here. You know, you can't be, okay, let's see what's going to happen. It's 007 for him now. And he actually got hooked for Chiesa. A Chiesa who, a bit part player for Liverpool. Yeah, he's got a few last minute goals, but this is not what I would expect if I sign £100 and something million British transfer record at the time. They've done it twice in the season. What's your thoughts, Ed? We've been said that we're barking up the wrong tree. We're not showing grace. Football fans are so impatient. But I don't really remember this sort of patience for Pogba. I don't remember Pogba didn't start like that. No. I remember the Pogba slump. Like, this is really, really bad. What's your thoughts on this, man? And then we'll talk about Liverpool's loss.
You man know my thoughts, innit? Pause. I said it before, man. I said it a couple of weeks ago. And there's a clip on, the socials. Listen, I'm looking kind of vindicated. But Theo and I, we're in the same camp. In our group chat message, we were like, we're not trying to hear words. We don't really see it. Like we understand he's a talented player, of course. Like, that's not in question. But some of the shouts off the rip from some of the man in the group is going to be this and that. I said he's not even better than Shirky. I think Shirky's a much better player. And Shirky, I know he's been injured since game week 2, but he scored already. I think he's got an assist. With Watts, yeah. I'm not trying to hear, give it time. No, once you pay that kind of money, and he's had a preseason as well. That's what people are forgetting. He's had a preseason with the club. He didn't come in late. He didn't come in halfway through the preseason schedule. He signed early. He was like one of the first in through the door. They signed him when they were still playing in their Nike kits. So I'm not trying to hear all that rubbish about, give him time. No, man. When you cost 100 million and you're a British transfer record, you have to start the ground running, man. And also as well, you're coming in to provide something that they never had. They never really had a 10 playing. They didn't, they trying to, be more creative in different ways. And they don't have their outlet in Trent anymore. So there's even more pressure on him. And you're going to the champions, man. So for me, I think it's been very, very poor. I've probably seen 45 minutes of, his talent. I haven't seen a full game yet. And listen, he probably will get there. But all this calls for calm from Liverpool fans. A lot, man. Because I saw you talk about Caicedo. I've seen you talk about Rice. I've seen you talk about Pogba. Any record transfer, you haven't given anyone grace, any other team grace. And I get it. Listen, we all do the same thing. But no, your guy's thinking, and just be honest, man. Just be honest. You're not trying to force it like he's doing stuff that, the eyes can't see. Allow it. He's not doing anything. He's not doing anything.
I hear that because there's been people saying that, yeah, I'm not really, worried with what I've seen from so far. But what have you seen, though?
They've seen nothing. They're
not telling me what they're seeing. They're just saying, the simple mind wouldn't see the movements. Allow it, Liverpool.
That's simple mind.
Back to that Firmino talk back in the day as well. It's back to that Firmino talk as well. When man didn't see the numbers with him, but it always like, he's always there. He's the pass for the pass and all this. Come on, man. I ain't trying to hear that, man.
I ain't trying to hear that, man. Like, at the end of the day, I'm not saying he needs to, score 50 in a season. No way. Well, you've had a favourable run of fixtures and you haven't been integral to none of their wins. None. That's damning. It's like you've had a pretty decent start to the season in terms of fixtures. You ain't played apart from Arsenal. Who have you played? That's tough.
They played Newcastle away, but that's a tough game. But yeah,
it's a tough place to go. But it's not like the toughest. It's not like you had.
No, they haven't had the hardest.
Chelsea first game of the season, and City second, and United third. It's not like you had your rivals or like teams that can really, really do something.
And because 10 men as well.
Exactly. You've had a relatively easy run of fixtures. The team hasn't been playing well, and then on top of that, you haven't been playing well. So everyone has a right to be like, listen, what's going on? 007. I know that's football, jokes and Twitter jokes and that, but like, if I'm a Liverpool fan, I am thinking, okay, cool. When is he going to improve? Because they've got who they got next, Chelsea. That's not an easy game,
Looking at their run of fixtures is quite interesting with their run of fixtures, man. So they start off with Chelsea away, then they've got Man United at home, Brentford away, Aston Villa at home, and they're away to Man City.
That's a nasty 5 fixtures,
Yeah, it's not very easy fixture list. But Theo, we'll go to you, then we'll go to our Crystal Palace expert. But one thing I would say is, obviously, you as a Liverpool supporter looking at this, what are your? Sorry, United supporter. Sorry, my guy. Pause. Yeah, no. Looking at this, again, look. I thought Palace was on song. I thought they really took the game to Liverpool. But Liverpool really grew into it in the second half. Now, I'm always accused of being a conspiracy theorist. We'll talk about Gillett being a Liverpool supporter, not being allowed to, obviously, ref Liverpool games or Everton games, but allowed to ref, so-called title rivals. I think that's even worse. That's like you saying to me as an Arsenal supporter, as a referee, that I'm not allowed to ref Tottenham games, but I'm reffing United games. Theo, I know you would go to the FA. Are you mad? Are they mad? Everton. Do you really think he cares? No. You've got your direct right. What if United were doing the stuff on the SAF and I was managing your game? Bro. Oh my word, the decisions. But look, for their equaliser again with Chiesa, Salah, why are they not seeing these things? My question, Theo, obviously you're a little bit better versed as a United supporter. What's going on, man?
Well, I don't know how they keep getting these decisions, to be honest, because it does feel like the VAR is just looking at like certain things, is just ignoring other stuff, and you do get to a point where you're like, okay, I don't want to be a conspiracy theorist, but I might have a theory that is a bit of a conspiracy.
Yeah. I'm with you. Oh, he
just disappeared. That's a conspiracy.
Yeah, that's the PGML. That's the PGML. They got my boy. Free my boy.
We'll get him back, man. If he'll get the link, we'll get him back. But yeah, Naeem, what's going on? Mo Salah, handballs being ignored. Obviously, Chiesa, listen, he's coming on and being quite useful, to be fair.
I mean, they're trying to
sell him. Yeah,
they're trying to sell him as well. That was a funny. I think Ed, we were very polite on Florian Wirtz. I thought we should go a bit deeper. I think because then they shoved Szoboszlai out, didn't they, to right back to fit him in the team. I think, and with Isak getting his fully fitness, Etikite has landed pretty well at Liverpool.
Very.
What do you do? Do you drop him? That's the thing. I mean, it'll be interesting to see.
He played on the left, though. He started on the left.
Will they drop when Etikite comes back from bad? Isak gets fully fit. They're going to have a problem because you've got to keep Szoboszlai in that midfield. The VAR's released my man. He's back. So
Theo, you got crushed by VAR. Lock the server. They're thinking, no man, stop this guy. Yeah, no, carry on 9 and then we'll go back to
but I think one thing I noticed with Liverpool was I think obviously they've signed fullbacks. There's so much space in between behind them, man. And I think one thing, especially the way Palace set up, Kirkes didn't know what to do with Sarr. He could see it either side, and they were just getting in the spaces in between. I think I was pretty disappointed. I think Liverpool didn't play that well, but I give all the credit to Palace. I think Palace are very well drilled, isn't it? Had their full strength team there. I thought Wharton was the best player on the part. While he was there for the 60-odd minutes before he got taken off, he was the best player on the pitch.
9, you touched on their fullbacks now, which is interesting because look, Kirkes, I mean, a lot of people raving about him at Bournemouth. And I think it's when you go to a big club, it's a big step up, man. That's when you actually learn about yourself as a player, man. Because I'm not, listen, Bournemouth, Ariola's done a fantastic job. But when you go to Liverpool, these are the champions. The lights are very, very bright. And I think he's going to have to adapt. But even if you look onto with Robinson, again, aging, I get that. But going forward, as I said, Kirkes is under a lot of pressure or big boots to fill because with Robinson, he was probably one of the best in terms of being a balance defensively and moving forward. He's probably one of the best for quite a few years because he was sound defensively, but also offensively. He was good. And then again, with Trent on the right now, because I see that actually Frimpong came off the bench. He didn't even start. When guys were raving about Frimpong, this is the thing sometimes. People look at a team that by Leverkusen, oh my God, because they've won the league, then every player in there is cool. Yeah, it's cool. But at the Bundesliga tax, we do that with strikers, but for some reason we don't do that for other players. And I said, when I was getting excited about Frimpong, so okay, cool. But Conor Bradley started, and again, he did come on. But the difference with Frimpong, he's not good defensively, but neither was Trent. But the difference is that what Trent can add move going forward. Frimpong can add that. Yeah. Their fullbacks, again, it should be that way though, Ed. But right now, once you're champions and you've won, Liverpool squad's feeling themselves, so they're still feeling very invincible and not seeing what's clearly in front of them. But Ed, what did you make of the game though, man? In terms of them losing, because it seemed like it was coming from other games and they got out of trouble. But
they've been very, very lucky, and whether it's the rub of the green or that's how champions play when you don't play well and you get the 3 points. Palace, especially in the first half, smashed them up, man. Mateta should have had two or three goals. They got punched up, man. They got really, really smashed in the mouth, and it's just a situation where they didn't know what hit them. And Konate, I'm Madrid sure. I need Madrid to buy Konate because that means they won't get Saliba for a little while. But
it's that you still got PTSD. But the man just signed his 5-year deal, man. Listen,
I know, but it's you know what it is, yeah. When Madrid say they want you, very few times do you turn on Madrid. I think maybe only Totti's turn on Madrid, if that's even true.
But you saw the interview when he did the hand gestures. Yeah, I thought, all right, this is a bit. Some were Barcelona.
Yeah, some were Madrid.
I said, what's Madrid like that?
I hear it.
Put your hand behind your back and say, no, Madrid are a top team. But
I hear it. But when Perez says, listen, you're rolling, man. So I'm bracing myself. It's not going to be in the immediate future. But if he wins everything he needs to win at Arsenal, 2-3 years when he's 27, 28 in his prime, he's going to go. these continental players, they don't stay in England, man. Very rarely. The man love Spain, love Barca, love Madrid.
Listen, you got Company, you got Aguero. I know what you're saying. To be winning like this, we were clapping every year, so it's kind of hard not to go.
I hear it.
I feel you. But
with Konate, yeah. Come see, man. You know what I mean? It's very, very dodgy, man. He's either really, really good or really, 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 SHIT, man.
People say that his head is gone, innit? They're saying that his head is gone with
from the interest from Madrid.
Yeah, and Canate, and he wants to go on a free and stuff like that. These are this sort of stuff. So just brace yourself before you go to Theo for more nasty work. Obviously, Trent was hounded out. God forbid he wanted to win 2 Premier League titles, be a homegrown lad, and actually just say he wants to go to Real Madrid after doing all he can at Liverpool. Oh, Canates, they've started already. You know when Liverpool is, we're all together and you'll never walk alone until somebody wants to possibly go, and then it turns very, very toxic. So the thing, he's French, so he's probably thinking like whatever.
I don't think he's going to get abused. With Trent, again, as nasty as it was, they will say, oh, it's because, you're one of us. I mean, they didn't treat him like you were one of them, but at the same time, I think it hurts more if he's actually from the city, grew up as a Liverpool fan, come through the ranks, and the boy done good. But yeah, Liverpool fans, we know what they're on, man. All this, kumbaya and listen, if you dig into the history of Liverpool and what they've done, Nobs, you were the one that patterned me to them, Everything they've done as a club. I'm not going to say too much because I don't.
I was just about to say
allegedly.
Allegedly, yeah.
No, I'm with you, Ed. But I was about to say
that what they portray and what they are is two different things. Is all I'm going to say. You know what I mean? So listen, don't come and cancel me. VAR, PGML. I'm innocent, man. But yeah, like I don't watch Liverpool fans. You just talk too much. Yeah.
No, I'm with you. Theo, going back to, let's talk. You know what? We've seen Liverpool. They've lost. Fine. Do you know what I mean? They're going to be thereabouts. Obviously, they're still Premier League favourites. Let's talk about Glasner. Like I said, look, he's won a Europa League, FA Cup with Palace. Palace were always the bridesmaid. They've got to a couple FA Cup finals. They had one in 1990. It was against United. Yeah. Obviously, went to a replay and they lost. At Liverpool, they lost under Alan Pardew. So I thought they were quite close. And then now, look, to get it over the line and then to go and beat them again for the Charity Shield. Glasner, we'll talk about your team next, but Glasner should be a name that possibly United should be looking at. What's your thoughts there now? Or are you still hammering in?
At the moment, it looks like it's between Glasner, Iriola and Southgate. So those are the names that are bouncing around at the moment. But yeah, we'll get on to that in the next section.
Very soon, man. Don't worry, man.
Yeah. But Glasner, he's impressive, man. He's impressive. The way he's got Palace playing right now as well. I mean, the fact that he's gone on obviously an 18-game unbeaten. I mean, we couldn't even dream of that right now. So that to do that with a Palace team, and as you said, losing 2 of their star players in the last 2 seasons as well, and still managing to bring talent through, get the best out of Mateta. When I was seeing Mateta beforehand, I just think he did donkey.
Same, bro. Same.
There was never once that I looked at this guy and said, "Oh yeah, I would like him." I think, "Oh yeah, this is someone that can probably do well at United." Never once. Still not 100% on that. But when they were talking about him in the summer, I was like, "I'll take it right now." I'll take it right now. But yeah, man, Glasgow, what he's done there, it's impressive. It's impressive.
And they're playing the same formation as you.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm looking at their formation. I'm thinking, okay, so do you know what I mean?
And this is the thing as well, because it's like you look at United and like, why is it so hard for us to just implement that system when he's able to do that there? It's not like they were playing. It's not like these players were playing in a free at the time all the time. But they easily can transition between a 4, a back 3, at the back 5, back, whatever you want to call it. And you do wonder why it's always been so hard elsewhere and how he's managed to implement it there. But there's also the flip side of, all right, do I think that he can go from Palace to a big club? Like you say, it's the same as Kirk is going from Bournemouth to Liverpool. That it's that step up. that different level of pressure, that everything that comes with it, that I don't feel that you're able to express yourself the same way. And I feel like there's certain pressures above you.
Oh, yeah, United is, listen.
Yeah, it limits you. It takes something from you. And again, obviously, it's the same thing that you say with players as well. You move that, you take that step up, and it's just different. But what he's doing at Palace, it's impressive, and it is enough for me to say I would definitely consider it. But at the moment, I'm in a position.
Standing by your man.
Yeah, I'm trying not to bounce to the Man United section while talking about him. But
it's on the way, man. Couple of seconds, and we're here.
In that case, but looking at what he's doing, I would want to see what he could do at another club, because of what he's managed to do there has been impressive. But there's always going to be that concern that you take that step up. It's not the same. What you're doing here will not be the same. You're not dealing with the same players. You're not dealing with the same egos. You're not dealing with the same fans or sort of fan base. So there's so many different things. But obviously, if we were looking at managers that are impressive at the moment, he's definitely on the list. He will definitely be on the list.
Yeah, listen. Well, look, Theo, you're making your debut. And you know what I mean, you're speaking very eloquently about Glasgow and stuff like that. I just hope that the elocution is ready for this, because this is your time now. Do you know what I mean? Because we are going to be talking about Manchester United away at Brentford. You know, listen, losing 3-1 to Brentford. This is not a Thomas Frank Brentford team. You know, this is in Bremer. You got their star player, you took it, you just say, listen, and you bullied them, really. Like, it went on for a while, but you were like, look, we're not going anywhere. That's what the price is. We're going to come and take your guy. You know what I mean? So when you turn up, especially, that's like someone leaving, especially when you come back, you got to like show, obviously, your spud head. Yeah, what's going on? Lion, haven't seen you. How you doing? Family good? Yeah, cool. But I'm here United now, innit? You know what I mean? Like, man up. And then you get slapped up.
Whoa.
You just get that tap on the head. Yeah, nods, man. All good, man. Remember, I've got to come up and see you for dinner.
Have you man seen that funk flex meme? Have you man seen that funk flex meme when he's like this? He's like that. That's what happened to them, man.
Where do we start?
Where do we start? Listen, Thiago, look, I mean, the first one, it was a good finish, man. But it was, even at 1-0, I thought that's a good finish. Even when they went 2-0 up. Look, to be fair, the goalkeeper now, he must be frustrating for you, Theo, because he pulled off, pulled off some good saves. After conceded the first goal, I thought, okay, he's on form. And then for Thiago's second goal, honestly, if that was right, you've got your hand to it, bro.
Yeah,
how is this gone?
Weak wrists.
Yeah, but he's just... it's so frustrating. Even at 2-0, I thought it's a bit early. And I've seen this nasty United performance before where I think 2-0, and then obviously Sesko got his goal. Obviously Naeem jumped for joy that day.
I left, yeah.
You did the I know Theo don't like that. We know Theo. We you didn't like the comment, but he didn't do the leap or anything. But look, he got his goal. And look, fair play. I think that was a red card for the penalty as well in Bremer. I thought it was, again, VAR or the officials not doing well. But Bruno Fernandes, I'm now reading the stats. I don't know if I'm wrong. That's 6 missed penalties.
In how many attempts? Do you know?
Yeah, I'm about to say, because to train these stats.
What I'm saying, that's cool. But 6, even if, look, penalties are the ones that, look, it's not like a 50-50 here. Like, it is favorably for the forward. I'm not saying, listen, we can't talk about his stats, because, look, whether you like Bruno or not, he puts up his stats. But once you miss 6 penalties, surely you're going to have a new penalty taker. You can't. You got Sesko, you got Cunha, you got Embremo now. But yeah, and then once that went down, you got hit on the break again, and it's 3-1. Let's start with that. Let me get Theo. Have a little bit of a break. But look, let's go with Ed, man. This seems to be becoming a habit in that. Like, if I pray, you know what? I actually prayed for this. Look, from 97, 98, all the way through 2013, I literally prayed for this. Like, this is I said, please let Man United be rubbish. I never actually thought I'll see the day. mid-table max, or maybe just picking up FA Cups, which is they still lift trophies. I'm not questioning about that, but I don't even banter with them anymore. Like, they don't even want to fight no more. They're just looking for Arsenal results. Like, that's how bad it is now.
Yeah, it's you see, I'm gonna use an analogy, man. Like, when you see your pagan, yeah, you're up, but they've now, they're now drug addicted it. They're like a nitty.
Wow.
They just mash on the corner. This guy terrorize your life, yeah. You've been going back and forth for years, but now they've taken crack and in the corner just yeah. That's what United are like. Like, just, it's funny to see it, yeah, but it's also quite sad, isn't it? Like, listen, I'm with you. I prayed for this year. I prayed for God.
It's just weird, though, isn't it? It's just weird to see
this club, yeah. But to see them in this state, yeah, where it's like they're going to Brentford, and Theo and I spoke on the day, and he was like, "Listen, I know my club, they're going to lose." I said, "No, it can't be. Why are you going to get your team?" He said, "Listen, Ed, 12:30 kickoff. I've seen my club do this to me for a while now. I know my club, innit? Like, I know we're going to lose." And I said, "No, man, you can never go against your team." He said, "Listen, Ed, I know what's going to happen." And lo and behold, they got crashed 3-1. And it was like Brentford weren't even good. That's the scary thing, is they weren't even that good. They didn't have to play well to beat you. That's how bad United have been. That's how far they've fallen. It's that they scored 3 goals, 2 world-class finishes, by the way. The first goal and the third goal, Jesus Christ. Like, finishes, yeah. But it's like, how are Brentford doing this to you? Like, let's have it right. The United of old would have gone to Brentford and given them 5 unanswered quickly. I know United aren't the United of old, but you can't
even the social United don't lose that game. You don't lose that game.
And even even if United were to lose when they were in their pomp here, it might be like a scatty 2-1. Like, it might be, just a weird decision or a player getting sent off. Now teams that are lesser than you in stature, in everything, they're comfortably beating you. And they don't have to be good. And that's how bad this United squad are. They've got about 5 or 6 players that start week in, week out that should be nowhere near the squad. Maguire shouldn't be playing for you. Shaw shouldn't be playing for you. Bayern Deer needs to go back to Turkey or wherever you bought him from. You know what I mean? You've got, like, Jury's out on Dorgu. Dalot should never play for you again. Like, they just bet Ugarte should never play
£200 million up front. This is like, you remember, like, Prem ready. It is early. Listen, it is early, but that's the first start to him, by the way. Oh, is it? Okay, fair play. Yeah. But the thing is with those guys, even when they sign them, I thought, look, Mbremo, that's a tidy signing, to be fair. He's licking 20. Obviously, Cunha. Ed, you were not. Me, I was 100% sold. And I still think he'll come. Do you know what? He's a very good player.
Yeah, his talent is not a question.
I think this is the time. United is so volatile at the moment. I don't think that's the sort of character, because he remember, he's still against Wolves. He's a very talented player, but anything could kick him off. Anything will
on the eye, or he got sent off like twice for like nonsense, innit? Like not even violent conduct. Like, yeah, but it wasn't like a foul, like a red card foul. It was like he got sent off for like losing his head. Like just doing stupidness after the fact. It wasn't like it was a 2-footed tackle when he got sent off. It was like he got upset and he wants to go poke someone in the eye, like when Mourinho did to Theo Villanova, man. But
and it's just the mistakes that are made, especially with the striker, because Theo mentioned Mateta, and I think there were centre forwards out there, but you've now bust 70 million on Højlund.
Yeah.
A project, and you've done the same thing with Sesko. I'm not convinced. I don't know if Theo can come in. I'm not convinced that Manchester United have tracked this guy for over a year to say. I'm not. But yeah, no, I'm not convinced, because all of a sudden now you want a Yoker, isn't it?
Yeah.
That was your number one top, like no question about that. Even when you were linked with Watkins, I was like, I don't think I like this, to be fair. Honestly, I thought that would be Premier League ready, because you would have got Cunha Premier League ready, Mbremo and him. I would have been like, they're going to turn this around. I'm not saying you're going to go and win in the league, but I thought this is going to be dangerous. but you've gone for Sesko. Even his finish, he looks shy. So you spent 140 M's on 2 project strikers. It's not good business though, man. I don't know what your thoughts are. This is like...
No, I agree. I mean, when we was looking at the strikers, I mean, I was saying it in the chat anyway with Ted. So it was, for me, obviously with Gyökeres was going to be the first one because obviously it makes sense. He's been, he knows
Amorim, man.
It just made sense. But we were kind of like, we were sitting on the peripheries with that. It was basically whatever striker you man didn't go for is who we're going to end up going for. Sesko, I know they have been looking at him for time because we were looking at him when he was at Salzburg.
Oh, you were? Okay.
Yeah, they've been looking at him for a minute. But when Salzburg then sold him to obviously Leipzig, the whole Red Bull thing, that internal nonsense sales. So I think it might have been maybe like 20, 30 million we were looking at him then, which would have been obviously changing in comparison to this. But they're sending them to himself. So really, we had no chance of winning that. And obviously now, for me, you're right. It was another project striker. It just didn't make sense. If we're looking to go for Premier League proven either side of him, surely you want somebody up top that knows the league as well. I think Aston Villa were asking for a bit too much on Watkins though. Like,
how much were they? Wasn't it 40 or 50?
I think it's a bit more than that. Well, I thought it was around 60, but which for me would have been a bit much. Because what is he? How old is he now? He's
29.
Yeah, 29. Yeah. It's a lot, man. It's a lot for somebody.
But these 29, and I hear that, Theo, though, but these 29-year-old strikers have been quite decent for you to be fair. Like, all right, we can't talk about Ibrahimovic because he was much older and he's like world class. But I've seen in the past you've picked up a cheeky Larson. I know Cavani couldn't stay fit, but when he was fit, again, quite useful. This is what I'm trying to say. Like, sometimes I don't think you're in that position to be sitting there thinking, right, what's going to go on for the future? Like,
no, agreed. And the thing is,
now, right? And
Amorim wanted him, though. Amorim wanted Watkins over.
Oh, he did.
Yeah.
Oh, you see, that's news to me. Okay.
Yeah, everything that was coming out of the club was obviously they're going to agree on a striker, but his main priority was Gyökeres. Second was Watkins, and then it was Sesko. But when Ineos came in, they were basically saying that I think their age cap was 26 and under, because they wanted to make sure that players still had some sort of resale value when they're bringing them in. So for them, obviously they're seeing somebody at 29 and they're saying that 10 million less than what you're going to pay for somebody that is
potentially
8 years younger or whatever, or 7 years younger. So they're seeing that potential versus that and the potential resale if it don't work. And basically, I mean, this is what we wanted, right? We wanted, well, obviously not you, but we wanted somebody that comes in and we're not buying players for the manager specifically. We're buying them for the club, and then you get managers in that come to fit the system that the club wants to play. We never really had that implemented before. It was really everyone was just buying players for the manager, for their system, and that's it. And then obviously we end up in a situation where we've got so many different players from so many different managers suited for so many different styles. And yes, obviously as a footballer, you should be able to play every style, but it's just it just doesn't work out like that. Not for United anyway.
100%. Not in life, bro. Like, it's true. Like, some players are suited to a 4-3-3. Some players are suited to a 3-4-3, whatever. I hear you. So, but players aren't robots, you know. They can't just download, you know what I mean, every style, every formation and play at their optimal. Do you know what I mean? So I'm with you on that. It's techie.
Naeem, my concern, obviously we'll go back to Theo because this is his club. What I'm more concerned with, I remember the times that obviously Wenger, let me ask Ed, can I criticize him, please? It's not in a bad or malicious way because, boy, I'll be threatened anyway.
Listen, the way this guy talks about Wenger, you think he's not doing anything for the club. It's bad.
Oh, come on, man. Don't do that. Look, Wenger, great. Listen, he's our greatest manager. I'll leave it at that. However, there was times that obviously not getting in top 4, not signing a decent goalkeeper for 7 seasons. You know what I mean? There were so many things that I was quite frustrated of. I think, as everyone knows, once he said that, I thought top 4 was value for money. I think that's when I was seething. So there's decisions that he's made, and I'm not happy about that. But listen, he was getting top 4, picking up some FA Cups in the latter years as well. Arteta, again, I think he was talking a good game, but he was frustrating me the first couple of seasons. I was quite angry for being 8th. This Amarin is labouring around 15th, and he looks like I looked when I handed in my notice at John Lewis for my part-time job, and I had to work my month's notice. Like, I didn't really business. You want to call me in for not pulling my weight? He looks so nonchalant and relaxed about the situation at Manchester United in. I don't care if I'm not worried about my job. Like, it's just like he's ready for that payout. Do you pick that up as well, Naeem? If honestly, if that was Arteta or any Arsenal manager that was coughing up them sort of results, man, I can't really get passionate about it because it's United. I should be happy. This guy's swanning around like that's just the way it is. I refuse to change my system. That's just the way it is. I don't care. And he doesn't even look up after the games.
No, the first thing I'll add to that is I had to work that notice period that you did. So yeah, let's not forget that I do remember that, and there wasn't much difference to pre as well, right? Right, you.
It's nasty.
There's no denial though, because I mean, yeah, some of the stories, Lord have mercy. No, I think, yeah, I mean, he does live in a bit of Narnia, doesn't he? I think that's the thing. I don't know if it's got to that point where he's got delirious.
That's what he's living in. It's like I'm going to get my payout. So
look, it's even when I understand. Look, it's a bit of a mess, but even when his press conference and everything, even his explanations don't make any sense. If he at least said, "Oh, it's this player, I'll try to do this and this thing went wrong," he just jumps between different points which don't make sense whatsoever. He acts like he's a bit punch drunk. I'm absolutely shocked that he's still in a job at the moment. I think you look at the result, it's relegation form, isn't it? And it's carried on from last year. I think the recruitment, okay, you know, I'll go, I say it again, I think Sesko should have gone Arsenal. I think Arsenal went up, but he got his first goal. But I do think the midfield is the biggest issue at United. We talk about the centre-backs and everything like that, and the goalkeeper, of course, but that midfield, I mean, I don't know why Bruno Fernandes is the best 10 in that team, right? Most creative player. He's playing in the holding role next to either Ugarte or Casemiro. There's no legs. They spent so much money that I was shocked they didn't look at the midfield first. Because that's where you can see how that's where everyone just plays through them. You can have all those that stuff up top, but you ain't getting no service or anything.
Especially that City game. City would just ball over. Yeah.
Easy. Yeah. So I think and I think you made a great point in terms of there's different players from different managers for different systems on big wages there. And it's similar to where Arsenal were when Arteta came in, but I think there was like 2 or 3 players on big wages. I think it's a bit higher at United in that aspect. And I think Glasner is the option there. Areola is the other one. Southgate would be hilarious. You know, I want Areola to stay just for the comedy value. I'm not going to lie. But if Southgate goes in, I think it'll be another.
Please.
It'll be a
God, please, I need that. I need that pack.
You say this.
No. You know about you on Southgate. You know you on Southgate.
I don't think Southgate will be as worse as
he would.
He's not going to get you to the promised land.
No.
Okay, fair play. I don't think. I think he would make them quite difficult to do.
I think what's clear is that the players aren't playing for it. It's very clear. You're telling me that there's a lot of quality in that squad, and some of the forward stuff being put in. It's very clear that he's
just gone in and beefed everybody. I know Rashford. Listen, I get it. Obviously, Theo, we're gonna let Theo land and do his talk because he knows more about United. Listen, Rashford, you beefed him. Mainu can't get into the team. Garnacho, like these are once you start beefing people, you've got to really make sure that whoever are your chosen ones have to come in and do their thing. Arteta beefed Aubameyang after that situation, and you know me, you know my thoughts on that. I was like,
1,000,000%.
To my guy, man.
But he won the war. He won the war, innit?
We started seeing plays like Odegaard, Saka, Smith Rowe. We started to believe in the youth. That's why I was shocked that Amarin went away from those. These are why you win the United guys back. Like, yeah, Mainu, that's my guy. Because you give them a little bit more time. You're thinking, do you know what? Get these big time Charlies out and give the youngsters. They can't get a sniff.
I get one more point. I think one point about Theo is that, and I think I mentioned it last season. As you know, via someone at work, I heard that there's too many clicks. There's Portuguese click in the dressing room. There's obviously the Carrington boys. There's a lot of cliques in there, and that's been formed from West day one since Amarin's been in there. And I think Amarin hasn't been strong enough to break that up. I think one thing we talk about Arsenal is at least there's that camaraderie amongst the team.
They're all friends.
Yeah, you don't see that at United, and it's very big.
It's at Arsenal. Don't get me wrong.
Not as much as that is at United, from what I've heard. And we've obviously spoken off the record of who it is and stuff and what I know, but that's where the thing. That's for me is another damning indictment of it. I'll let Theo say this. If I was a United fan and the club said, you know what, we're just going to buy youngsters and rebuild for the next 5 years, and be open about it and say, this is what we're going to do, fair enough. But it's such.
I don't think they can be open about. Come on,
they can't. So long may it continue. Long may it continue.
Yeah, this is one of the biggest clubs in the world. Theo, look, I'm going to give the stage to you. But like United, I've been criticised in the past. You're always coming for United and stuff because look, United have won. Do you know what I mean? 20 league titles, 13 Premier League titles, 3 Champions Leagues. Like, we're the biggest club in the world. We're one of the biggest clubs in the world. Rightfully, yes, you are. But teams can't go. There's no biggest club in the world that are going 10 years without a league title. I've just never seen Real Madrid, Barcelona. But I mean, now it's scary territory now. Like, you probably never thought you'll see this day. Like,
no, definitely not. I mean, it still takes me back to the day that Alex Ferguson said he was retiring. So Alex Ferguson was saying he was retiring. I didn't know honestly, I didn't know what to do for the rest of the day or the weekend, to be honest. It was a lot. It was a lot. And like, when you look back at that and just think like, even if you think, oh yeah, we might fall off for a little bit, you're thinking maybe 2 seasons, 3 at best. But to end up in a situation that we're in now, churning through managers like no man's business, we are at a point where we're almost stuck with Amram because you're like, oh, we can't get rid of another manager again. And you're almost like, we can't go through this cycle. We maybe just have to ride this out a little bit longer. And I think obviously you look back at what he did at Sporting and it kind of went through, I don't know if it's quite as turbulent as this, but I know that in the beginning stage it was quite turbulent. He had to clear out and stuff there as well. And right now, we're kind of just we're just clinging on to hypotheticals and hope right now. We're just thinking, okay, maybe it will eventually just turn around. Maybe there's just a little bit more time that we need to just spend with him and something will just click. And I heard something today, actually, that the Amram outers at the moment are fighting the argument with facts, and the Amram inners at the moment are fighting the argument with hypotheticals.
That was on the Stretford End podcast, isn't it?
Yeah. I was like, it was dark. Yeah, it's so real. It's so real because even like looking at the Bournemouth game, like, if that foul was given on Cunha, they wouldn't have got that goal. If Harry Maguire was just smart enough to just not stand in your own half, and he just not stand in your own half. There's so many like individual errors that you look at and be like, okay, yeah, there's coaching, but then there's also football intelligence, and there's also just players fucking idiots, and then obviously the refs. And I'm not gonna use different excuses to say that, oh yeah, Bournemouth didn't deserve the win or whatever. They 100% deserved it. They played a part regardless. But there was elements of that. You're thinking, if we got that foul, they wouldn't have got that first goal. That second goal, fair enough, whatever. But you put that down to the keeper and 4 defenders being around the striker as well. Was crazy. The fact that he even managed to get that ball first, missing a penalty, not having a red card. Like there's just the margins are so thin. Like it's just such a thin line between what could have been 3 points or 2 or 1 point, even in the game if we just took the draw and they had 10 men and we left it at that. And you're just looking back at them and you're just trying to you are literally just clinging on to hope and using hypotheticals to say if something else just went the right way, we probably would have ended up with 3 points after that game. And for me personally, I said it after that game because I wasn't one to
the Brentford.
Yeah, I said straight to the chat. I was like, I'm not hammering him out, but I'm not hammering him no more. But I'm just not
patient, bro.
Yeah.
No, the fact that today's date you're saying that you're 50-50, you've had a lot of patience, bro.
Yeah, but
he was one of the most patient ones, you know. He sees the silver lining in everything good at United. Like, trust me, Theo will not talk bad about a manager. It takes a lot for Theo to like switch. So once Theo's gone, it's a wrap. But he rides out. He's a United faithful, boy, for real.
Yeah, I have to. Because the thing is, if you spoke to me last week, we saw the stats and you see everything, and you're looking at them like, okay, cool. Well, this is improved. We're seeing more shots at the top. We're seeing more touches in the box. We're seeing more chances created. And you're seeing positive signs compared to last season. So you have something to kind of cling on to. Like, okay, cool. All we need to do is score. Like we've got one of the highest XGs. Obviously, it's a nonsense stat, really, but you take it because of that's all we have to hold on. That's all we have to hold on to. But you look at those things and go, okay, cool. There's been improvement. We are still waiting for this to click properly. But as I said before, this is the first time Sesko, Cunha, and Mbeumo started a game together, and just meant to shit. It just fell apart. And there's just elements of it where you're looking like people always go back to the formation, but like, players just turn up, just run, just go into tackles the same way that we started against Chelsea. Why could we not do that against Bournemouth? It just doesn't make sense. And there's this light switch with these players that they just either they will turn up for big games, and as you can see, they're quick to do it apart from City, but they're quick to do it for the most part. It comes to like these the teams that we consider to be smaller, that are always going to be ready. This is the biggest game for them. This is probably one of the first games they're looking for at the beginning of the season. These players are here to make a statement every time. So these are actually probably the harder games because of that these guys are really on it. So you have to raise your game to that. And there's an element where I just can't say that this is just the manager. That is players as well. And we have seen this through all of the managers that have been here, that these guys are ready to turn it on when they want to. And they will just, and then they just don't. And then they're down in tools or whatnot. Solskjaer had them playing arguably probably from the better football that we've seen. But granted,
listen, pound for pound, you were the best attacking team or counter-attacking team. Honestly, in the Prem. I remember when Pep said that, the best way to beat this team is just don't give them the ball. Honestly, and that was it. Because you had a lot of people's numbers. You'll hit people on the break, and then people need to complain. But listen, we're looking at the fixtures now, Theo. Look, like this, right? I think this is a decent fixture if you get it right. You're gonna have Sunderland at home, because sometimes you need those fixtures where you think. But then again, no, I know, Ed. I looked at that, I was thinking, okay, but Sunderland aren't no mugs so far this season. Sunderland at home, Liverpool away, Brighton at home, away at Nottingham Forest, which...
Oh, no, do you know what? Under Ange, they should touch them up still. They should touch them up.
Away at Tottenham, at home to Everton, away to Palace, at home to West Ham, new manager, away to Wolves, home to Bournemouth, Villa away, Newcastle at home. Bro, and then you hit the new year.
Bro, one of the days I look at fixtures now and be like, we should get 3 points there. No.
I'm looking at that, bro.
It's long, bro.
It's at least 10 there. I got counted 10 points. I could be
10 points.
I'll be 10 points. I'm confident there. Confidence.
You know what United's issue is? They can't even string 2 wins together to even get like form. You haven't even got form. That's what's crazy. It's like they could easily go and get a result against Liverpool, lose the next game, win the next game. Like it's just too inconsistent, man. Like it's bad. But more importantly, Theo, what do you think needs to happen for United to get back to not so much where they were, but to like get to a level where you're happy to say you support United? You know what I mean?
Wow. Beat Arsenal. That's it. Beat Arsenal, and then they're like, oh yeah.
It's always I can chat to you, man. And
see, I told you.
These London Chester fans, isn't it? These Peckham Reds.
They're nasty fans.
Nasty, man.
You get like a little Arsenal, like look, and then they'll roll from that for a little while, and then But go on, Theo, man.
Bro, I'll be honest. I mean, obviously, stringing some victories together would be lovely, but I'm honestly lost because actually no, I do know Bruno needs to leave the midfield. We need a midfielder. That's it. That's actually where it starts. Bruno, as Neo said, he's the most creative 10 for us. That's where he should be. Cool. If it means Cunha or Mbeumo have to drop to the bench or want to go striker or whatever, it is what it is, man. You make the moves. You want to have a team that you can have players on the bench to affect the game. You're not trying to have just youngers or whatever on the bench that won't.
So you want to play? You would play like 2 Would you go back to a 4 and then play 2 holding and then the 3 and then?
Well, technically, yeah, I would go back to 40 back. But obviously, if we're in the context of Amorim and we've got to play 2 midfielders, then you got to get Bruno out of there too, man. I've seen so many goals conceded this season, last season, where he's let the midfield run a goal, and then he's just they're in the box, just in the goal. And this has happened too many times. It's because, and you can't be so mad at him because of the fact that obviously that's not his role. Like, this is not his sort of normal psyche to say, okay, I'm scanning the pitch, this is where I need to be, this is what I'm looking for. He's always looking the other way because he always wants to go forward. He wants to play attacking football. So you need to put him in the 10. He's just a liability in the midfield. And I understand why Amri's done it, because he probably is the only player in that midfield that's got their legs like that can run. Ugarte as well. But obviously you missed everything apart from a tackle with him. Like, that's all you get out of him, just a tackle. So
hatchet man.
Literally. But obviously Bruno, you put him there because he's got the legs and he's got the engine to run constantly. And it's frustrating because of now he's shoehorning him into the team to the detriment of the rest of the team now. And obviously he's missed 2 penalties this season, big ones as well, because the Fulham one that would have won the game. And this the one on Brentford would have equalised, and then who knows from there? We could have gone on to win it. You never know. So he's missed peak penalties for us as well this season. Obviously, we had the Saudi thing with him, so his head might be a bit turned as well. Like, you don't know how that affects the player, because the money on the table must have been crazy. Like, if they were offering us 90, they must have been offering him something silly as well. So
$700K a week.
I'd be missing penalties every day, bro.
I heard that he was happy to kind of stay. To be fair, he doesn't seem like a Saudi guy yet.
I think Abra wanted to keep him, isn't it?
So he did want to go.
I think he was happy. Yeah, he was happy to do whatever the Manchester United.
He did say if they want to sell me, then yeah. I heard that he's been linked with PSG as well. I don't quite.
That must be one of those Twitter rumors. Yeah, he's not good enough for them.
Yeah, I think if he's in the 10, I know they don't play with a 10; they play with the. But yeah, if he's in, it's an interesting one, man. It's an interesting one. But listen,
doesn't play the same. So I'm just saying, like, obviously I know Ted's always got slander for Bruno, but if you look at him in the Portugal team, bro, he's nowhere near as wasteful. He doesn't do anywhere half the stuff that he does for United because he feels like he has to carry United on his shoulders. But you see him in Portugal playing with ballers.
They've got midfielders that control. Do you know what I mean? And so he just has to do you create, score. But
Homelander there, innit? If you mess around, Homelander's gonna do something to you as well.
It's true, man. But listen, man. Theo, thank you, man, for making your debut, man. I hope you probably were expecting us coming through. But look, we're fair, man. You know what I mean? We're fair.
Trust me, we're fair on this pod, bruv.
Yeah, we're fair. Fair on the offside chat. Naeem, man. Obviously, just we'll end the show with you, kind of really, about who would you say the standout players or results for you this weekend or last weekend, man?
I think I'll stick with. I think Arsenal big win, winning at Newcastle the way they did. I think it makes a statement in the title race. Palace, credit to them, and I'm going to give a shout out to Sunderland and my boy Granit Xhaka. I think I don't think at the start of the season, none of us. I still think he'd do a job.
You've been riding for Granit Xhaka.
I haven't said anything about Granit Xhaka in this 7th episode, so I think credit to myself. I think
it was his birthday, I heard, on Saturday as well.
That's what I was. That's why I couldn't hold it.
So we can't defeat this guy, man. This Granit Xhaka guy, man. But to be fair, I'm with you. Like, he's got Newcastle. I mean, not Newcastle. Sunderland doing all right, man.
Yeah, top 4, was it 5th or wherever they are? I mean, I know some Man United fans are worried about Sunderland going to Old Trafford. I mean, I'm going to give credit to Sunderland. They've impressed me so far. I thought they'd be bottom of the table. So,
Ed. Standout
result, obviously, our win against Newcastle. Yeah, tough place to go for a number of years now. And Palace, man. Those are the 2 standout results. We forgot. Chelsea. Brighton as well, yeah. Brighton punching up. I know it's a red card, but yeah, Brighton punching up Chelsea. You know what I mean? So yeah, those were the 3 standout results over the weekend.
Yeah, I agree. I think obviously the Arsenal one, because that was the biggest hate watch of the weekend. So when the hate watch that was good. Huge win I think for Arsenal to get them back 2 points off Liverpool. Liverpool dropping points and actually them taking advantage. I'll say they got favourable fixtures coming up now. Yeah, I mean Brighton just seem to be dunking it on Chelsea season after season. So to go there and do that again. And yeah, listen, Glasner Palace, he seems to be getting Liverpool's number more and more. So yeah, it's been good. Theo, I don't know. Obviously, I know the dog was barking, but yeah, what's your thoughts on it, man? Is it no, it's fine, bro. Oh, it's still barking. Is it still barking? Oh, okay, cool. Theo, man, mad love, obviously, for
love, bro.
So guys, don't forget to like. So he's been shut down by PGMLO. They cut off his and then now Man United, Carrington dog, just bark, man. Get this guy. He's just talking too much about United. So, but yeah, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, man. Thank you very much.
Still recording, bro.
It's still recording.